Okay. So yeah, we did have the Phantom Assassin pickup and the Wind Ranger, and also Tusk and Doom. So this is, oh my gosh, this is a pretty greedy lineup from the Radiant. I do like the. I think Tusk is a little underrated. Huskar, okay, the good old pub stomper himself.
Radiant's pick.
Let's go ahead and try and change the open mic threshold. There we go. That should be a little bit better. Yeah, it's on open mic. Or do I just want to set? Okay, it's always on now. So that should work. That should work well. Okay. Okay.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
All right, so everyone's going ahead and picking out their heroes here, and I think I have all my issues figured out on my end. We should be on open mic. But yeah, we're also streaming live at twitch.tv/WeLikeDota. And yeah, okay, I will go ahead and introduce the lanes here, or introduce the players as they were. We have Huge Douche on the Ursa, Cheeks of Flappin' on the Earthshaker, Guy on the Ember Spirit, DL Rathbone on the Wind Ranger, Think Arm on Doom. I think I do like this draft, actually. Could go for maybe a little bit more range, but Guy's on the Ember Spirit is like half ranged with the Sleight of Fist. We do have OC Panda on the Phantom Assassin. And Zyban on the Huskar. Oh, and they've smoked up. Oh boy, this could be interesting. Stylomax on the Shadow Shaman. Blade Baka on the Treant Protector, and Iron Buffalo on the Tusk. So we'll see what they're going to try and do here. Kind of try and do something tricky here, it looks like. Okay, we do have a resume here.
Seconds to showtime.
So as I said, can I set this as busy?
Thanks be to you.
There we go. But yeah, we do have the Dire smoked up here, so we'll see what's going to happen here. If they're going to try and catch somebody out in the jungle, or... And they just... The smoke just wore off. So there we go. Not a very successful smoke gank. Not sure what's going on. I think they were maybe trying to catch out Ursa. Maybe if he was going jungle, but looks like they're just going to go right for it, no problem. Though they might be able to catch out the Earthshaker. Oh boy, look out, Earthshaker. Here we go. And he's going to walk into 4 people, and this is going to be a dead Earthshaker. Doom coming in here trying to help out as much as he can, but they're going to go in on the Doom as well. And he does have the Devour skilled up, but that's not going to help out too much. So Ursa's going to go ahead and retreat along with him, I think. Unless they decide to go in here. Ursa does have the Fury Swipes skilled up, so that will help him out fighting a little bit. And Living Armor trying to help out the PA just a little bit here, but... Yeah, they do get the one kill out of it, so that is good. And we'll see if they do decide to go back into standard laning here. Looks like they're starting to head that way as we have Tusk maybe heading to the mid lane.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
And he does pick up the Invis rune. So it looks like we're going to have a Huskar Treant Protector off lane with a Tusk hanging out in the jungle. And this is smart because everyone knows that Tusk jungle. So he is going to go into the snowball to do a bit of a mini stun. And Ursa is going to pop the healing salve to get away. So good for him. And Huskar is taking quite a bit of damage, but Treant Protector does pop the Nature's Guise to try and help retreat. And I think they'll be able to use the Living Armor on him to get him back up to max health, no problem. So we do have kind of like a roaming support type situation here. And sorry, Ben Day, but you need to stop talking to me while I'm recording. And Tusk does go ahead and activate that illusion rune in the mid lane. They are pinging out the Ursa to maybe try and get another kill on him, potentially. So we'll see what they're able to do. I do hear the shackles going off, and Huskar is getting quite low here, but he will be... Yes, he does go down thanks to the Earthshaker. One last right click there will take him down. And he does have the Burning Spear and the Berserker's Blood skilled up there. And in the mid lane, looks like there is a little bit of harassment going on here, as Ember Spirit does activate the Flame Guard, and he does use the Searing Chains there to try and stun him out a little bit, but not going to do too much here. He is getting a little close to the tower here, as the Ice Shards will go out and be just pretty much off the mark. Let's take a look at what PA is doing here. She does have the Living Armor on her to help her get back up to health after taking a little bit of damage.
Technical difficulties.
This Treant Protector has been rotating around a little bit, which is good, and he also does have a bit of a global presence.
Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
But I do like this solo Wind Ranger lane because you can survive pretty easily as Wind Ranger. And just one right click from Treant Protector does do a decent amount of damage, as he does pop the Nature's Guise to try and just leech some XP off of him. So the Dire have been trying to do some I don't want to call them greedy plays, but they've been trying to get some ganks and stuff in the early game and all that stuff. And Ursa needs to heal up here. He's going to be in trouble. And we do have Shadow Shaman and Huskar trying to roam in the jungle here. It looks like they are just so intent on making this Ursa's life troublesome. And they pretty much haven't been very successful at it, because Ursa hasn't even died yet, so that's good. So they're just spending basically a decent amount of time moving around, not getting too much done. Which is evident, because the Radiant are leading in net worth. So we do have the Shackles on the Doom, and he is taking quite a bit of right-click damage from the Huskar with the Burning Spear. But we do have the... what is that? Is that Enchant Totem from the Earthshaker? And Earthshaker doing a decent amount of damage here. It looks like we are going to see another Huskar kill. And that gold will be split between Doom and Earthshaker, and he is taking a decent amount of burning damage, but it looks like he's going to heal up no problem. Or survive that no problem, excuse me. So other than this very aggressive jungle, not too much else has been going on. Let's see. We do have PA sitting on boots and a Quelling Blade. Earthshaker does have the Gauntlets of Strength. Ember Spirit picking up those phase boots to help out his attacks and also just help him to last hit with the mobility. He does go ahead and put his Static Remnant down in case he... I would assume if he wants to go and fill up his bottle. And we do have the Ice Shards coming down, but not going to really do too much. So it looks like things have settled down a little bit, not quite as intent on taking down that Ursa in the jungle. But they could get a pretty easy kill on him right now. He is so low. And they do have this ward in the jungle, but I don't think it's going to keep this small camp from respawning. So I think they put it up just mostly for vision. And they should be able to spot out... They should be able to spot out that Ursa there, I think. And should know that he's low on health, but I don't think they're going to be able to go for it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of... Actually, I think as far as like pub heroes go, I think Huskar is actually maybe one of the more decent ones. Yeah, his big issue though is magic damage. He's just countered so easily with magic damage. Man, this Ursa is just living life on the edge. I love it. So in the off lane, we do have the Wind Ranger at level 6, while for the other ones she's laning against, we have a level 6 PA and a level 6 Treant. Pretty impressive that this PA is level 6, because I think probably the PA had a solo lane for a while, and this is when things get difficult as Wind Ranger, because she is going to go down, doesn't have enough mana for the Wind Run, and yeah, just keep running, lady. There you go.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
So that's a little difficult, especially when PA has the blink up, and yeah, when you're in lane with her, you just need to make sure you have enough mana to do a wind run if you need to, because she could have easily gotten out of that if she had had enough mana for a wind run.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
And in the bottom lane, we do have Huskar doing a little bit of harassment on the Doom.
Top tower's taking hits.
Ooh, Cheeks of Flappin' does have that sweet Fisher animation. Not sure what item that is. Let's see here.
Tower's in bad shape.
Inscribed Gravel Maw. Nice. But yeah, taking a look at the net worth, things are mostly pretty even right now. XP favoring the Radiant, gold favoring the Radiant just a little bit. Still pretty much an even ball game here, so we'll see what happens once the team fights start breaking out and take it from there. And we do have PA going in on the Wind Ranger yet again, but she does activate that Wind Run and wisely gets out of there, so good for her. I think as Wind Runner right now, excuse me, Wind Ranger, your job is to just not die. You just need the levels. It is good to get gold, but I think you need to, at this point in the game, you need to kind of just see that as icing on the cake maybe. And this Tusk has been roaming around quite a bit. He does have 1 assist and a decent amount of farm, but he really hasn't been able to get too much done with all this movement. As Ember Spirit and Tusk give each other a high five as they walk by, Ice Shard's going to be off the mark. Searing Chain's going to go down and do a little bit of a stun here, but we do have Tusk going into the Snowball. He does have that DD activated, but I think we might see a Tusk kill here if the Ember Spirit is able... He does activate that Bottle Charge to give him at about 25% HP, and there is the... And he does go down thanks to the right clicks. I was just going to say that regen rune is right there. And sadly, backup is going to be a little bit late. I was going to say, it looks like Tusk was almost able to get a hold of that regen rune. We do have Ursa at level 5. I would think the Dire would want to go ahead and ward up Roshan if they can. And Windrunner might want to move back just a little bit, because PA can just blink in here and just take her out. But she did take quite a bit of tower damage. Even with her blur ability, she did take quite a bit of damage. I'm surprised she's still alive, actually. We do have pings coming out on the bottom lane. Huskar is doomed up, and that is really just going to shut Huskar down quite a bit when he does get doomed up like that. So it doesn't silence him, it mutes him, which is different from silence. And I wish I could explain it, but I cannot. So he's going for the Hand of Midas. It is going to be about right on time. You generally want to get it at about 12 minutes in. But yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of Hand of Midas, especially like when you're not ahead like this. And it does delay a bunch of other items for you. And this Ursa is in here and he's pretty low, but Cheeks of Flapping going in on the Shadow Shaman. He is going to get hexed up. And yeah, we are going to see Earthshaker go down, but Huskar is doing a ton of damage, and Huskar does go down thanks to the Earthshaker and Ursa combo. But I do think Ursa got most of the gold for that one. So he is 1-0-1 right now. And he is going for the Vlad's offering, so we should expect to see some solo Roshans coming out pretty soon here. And up on the Dire side, PA is trying to jungle a little bit and does have the living armor on her as she did get quite low. And Doom is also getting quite low. Where is Doom at? He's down here. Sitting on about 75 HP. He does have the Hand of Midas ready to go. He just needs the Curry to fly it out to him. Tusk's going to pick up a Invis rune for his bottle. And we do have Huskar going back to lane with that Morbid Mask and Urn of Shadows. I would expect to see, with the Urn of Shadows pickup, we should expect to see Huskar start to roam a little bit more and try and get some solo ganks. And in the jungle, Huskar does have that Invis rune activated, so we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. Huskar is pinging him out for, and oh boy, we might have a dead Ember Spirit here. Shadow Shaman and Huskar are coming down here, and oh boy, look out, buddy. They do go in the snowball, and Ember Spirit is able to activate a Remnant to try and get away a little bit, but the Ice Shards are going to keep him in as he does get the Walrus Punch. And Earthshaker coming in here with a great Fisher, but not going to save him. And Shadow Shaman did get somewhat low during that exchange. But that is an awful lot of heroes dedicated to just one kill. And this Earthshaker needs to be kind of careful with 3 heroes in the area. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to secure the kill on the Huskar here, as he does activate the Urn, and oh, so close. He does escape with about 25 hit points. So that Urn of Shadows really, really helping him out. Or no, did he? No, he used the Inner Vitality there. My bad. My fault. So he did activate some HP regen, and that is generally why you don't necessarily want to take on Huskar 1v1. So with the Vlad's offering online for the Ursa, that is going to make jungling for him quite a bit faster and quite a bit easier. So I would think we should see some solo Roshan kills in about 2 to 3 minutes. And Tusk does have the phase boots online and ready to go.
Radiant's mid towers.
Just need to click that courier button. So on top of the 3 skill points in Blur, PA does also pick up the Pormian Shield. Treant Protector sitting on a headdress. So he looks like he's definitely going to be going for the mechanism. And we do have a bit of an engagement starting down here. Huskar dives right in on the Earthshaker. Shackle's going to be used. Mass Serpent Ward's going down, doing a ton of damage. And we do see Huskar and Earthshaker go down, while we also see the... what was that? That was the Shadow Shaman go down. And Doom is just standing here taking all these, all this ward damage. Not sure what was going on there. He must have lagged out, I'm thinking. I saw a lot of pinging there. I would think somebody's upset about that. So not sure what the deal is there, unless he had the shop open or something, or I don't know, just wasn't generally paying attention. And this Wind Ranger, oh my goodness, in here going 1v2 against a Treant Protector and a Phantom Assassin, so a little bit of a misstep there, especially with the Blink ability, or no, excuse me, the Phantom Strike from PA, so that is a bit of a misplay there. Need to play a lot more defensively in a 2v1 situation like that.
Tower could use a little help.
Huskar does pick up the Mask of Madness to help him out with some regen during those one-on-one engagements, though he hasn't really been ganking all that much. It's been a lot of 2v1s, 3v1s, that sort of stuff, 3v2s. So he does rotate to the mid lane, as we do have Doom and Ursa hanging out in the safe lane / jungle. That's a decent ward spot. I don't mind that. Nice little bit of vision there.
Top tower's in bad shape.
And we do have Huskar and PA rotating down to the Ancients here,
Breaking down
and
radiant structures like this.
Ember Spirit able to spot that out, and will go back to the tower. And we do have Shadow Shaman a little far forward here, and I think we might see a Fissure to catch out the... No, it's on cooldown. Ice Shard's going to be used to no effect, and a nice Fissure going to catch two of them and block their way out. And I think we're going to see a dead Shadow Shaman here while he does put down the wards. Tusk does go into the Snowball and will catch out the Doom, but you definitely want to get away from those Mass Serpent wards right now, and the Doom will be used on the Tusk. Not sure if that's necessarily a wise play right here, especially because I don't think it'll be enough damage to kill him. But it does silence him and force him out of position as well, which is always a good thing. So he will head back to the well to fill up his bottle and regen some HP. So we still have Huskar in the mid lane here, farming up a little bit.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
And we do have Ursa soloing Roshan, and I don't think the Dire have any idea this is going on. They definitely don't have it warded up. They only have the single ward here up on the ward spot up here. So Ursa does go ahead and take down the Roshan, so that is definitely a good play for the Dire. And I gotta think that they are just crapping their pants right now, because I think they've taken down one tower, but yeah, that's not a huge deal in your offlane. So that's a good pickup for the Radiant, and it looks like they're just going to go ahead and concede this middle tower, which I got to call this decision into question.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
So they definitely want to try and defend this as much as they can. So they have the and Ursa comes in here, going to activate the Fury swipes, and they are going to chase out the Tusk. And what does that call it? Overpower. Lets him swipe a bunch. So that is a nice pickup to take out the Huskar. So I gotta think that the Radiant are ahead here, but no, it is... Well, they did swing it back quite a bit. The Dire were leading quite a bit in gold. XP definitely favoring the Radiant thanks to that Roshan kill. So... Ice Shard's gonna be used to harass Ursa a little bit. He says, I don't care, come at me, bro. So that is a level 11 Ursa and a level 9 Tusk.
Technical difficulties. Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
In the top lane here, we do have the Treant Protector and the PA kind of farming up and split pushing a little bit. So this PA has been getting quite a bit of farm. They need to shut down this PA or she's going to become quite a problem. Especially because, well, they do have the Fissure stun, which is good, but they do need like a nice single target stun. And we do see Ursa killing the Treant Protector as they wrap around, and I think they're going to be able to get a kill on the PA here. She's not going to be able to Phantom Strike to get away. The Searing Chain's going to slow her down, and that will be the end of PA. And we do see Doom here. He might get, let's see. Not sure if they're going to be able to capitalize this. The Shackles are being used, but not going to... And he does get Ward Trap. Nice Ward Trap. Huskar goes ahead and leaps in, and that'll be the end of Doom.
Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
So yeah, I think we're going to see a Tier 1 tower kill here for the Radiant. Or for the Dire, excuse me. So that's a nice pickup for the Dire. The Radiant definitely need to start pushing some towers here. As they decide to go in on the Tier 1 top tower for the Dire. So we do have Radiant forces making their way up to the top. And in the bottom lane, we have Huskar and Shadow Shaman pushing this lane out.
You know the drill.
And it doesn't look like anybody has any teleport scrolls except for the Earthshaker and the Ember Spirit. So I think they're going to have to wind up teleporting back down here eventually, I think, because it looks like this Huskar and Shadow Shaman are intent on pushing this tower out, especially with those Mass Serpent wards. Can really take down towers quite quickly.
Right now.
And we do have PA picking up the Hyperstone and the Claymore. We do have Tusk rolling in with the Snowball, and that is going to be one dead Ursa, as the Aegis is popped, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to take on all three of these. And PA does use the Phantom Strike, and I think that Ursa and the Wind Ranger would be able to take her down, as long as they're able to lock her down. Oh, and a nice Shackle Shot, not going to latch though, but enough to slow her down for Ursa to get the last couple of right clicks on her. Ice Shard's going to go down. Doesn't really matter too much. Tree and Protector's trapped in. Those Ice Shards actually didn't help the Tree and Protector out at all. Polar Punch going to be used. Not going to really do too much against Ursa. So that was a nice little play and a slight misstep with those Ice Shards from Tusk. So you need to look out for that. As we do have the Tier 1 mid tower for the Dire go down.
The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
And Ember Spirit rotates down to go ahead and chase this Shadow Shaman out of here. And Earthshaker also going to teleport down to help out. Searing Chain's going to be a little bit off the mark. Sleight of Fist not going to do too much, so I think as long as he can slow him down somehow. He does activate the Phase Boots, and I think one more Sleight of Fist will do it. And a Hex! Gets turned into a chicken. And this Shadow Shaman, oh my goodness. I think they'll be able to get him. Searing Chains, there we go. One last right click, gonna clean him up, no problem.
Your ignorance.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
So Ursa picked up the Shadow Blade. I wonder... I gotta wonder how he's gonna use that. I would think he'd use the Shadow Blade to creep into the Roshan pit, and then maybe also kind of catch out people solo. And this poor Wind Ranger has just been picked on by this Phantom Assassin all game long. In the bottom lane, we do see Huskar diving in here. Looks like he does clean up the Earthshaker, and oh no, poor Ursa getting taken down at the last second by Huskar. You definitely want to take him down when he's that low because he does extra magical damage. Though he did have the Urn of Shadows and the Inner Vitality, but I think they could have gotten through the burst healing there maybe. And oh, poor Wind Ranger. Gonna be taken down quite easily by 4 Dire Forces. So a bit of a misplay by the Radiant. And this Doom needs to get out of here. He's gonna be dead meat, and I think he will be. Especially with that Blink Dagger from PA. And he can Doom PA, but you know, she's still able to do damage. Huskar are gonna go ahead and jump in. And that's going to be one dead Doom. So when you see the rest of your team go down, you know you definitely need to play maybe a little bit more defensively. You know, at least play where you have ward vision. You know, don't be in a spot where you don't know what's going on or where other heroes are. So it looks like PA is going to be building into a Battle Fury, which I think is it's an okay pickup for her. Helps with some AoE damage, but mainly you want to be using that thing to farm up, which she can definitely do. Farm up kind of quickly with the Phantom Strike. So I know that has been taken off of the recommended items for PA. I know some people don't necessarily like it for her, but I'm okay with it. But I'm also not a carry player, so I don't know. Tree and Protector are going to finish up that mech. Should help out quite a bit in the team fights, actually. That'll be a nice pickup for them. Ember Spirit does have the Battle Fury finished, which will, of course, help out with his right click, but also the Sleight of Fist damage will really benefit from that as well. So nice little pickup on the Battle Fury for the Ember Spirit. So we do kind of have the 4-man jungle squad here on the Radiant side.
Have fun trying to
And I think I would say that the Radiant were ahead until they lost all those people over here in this lane. So I think it's still probably pretty much even. XP's favoring the Radiant. Gold basically either way. Sleight of Fist doing a decent amount of damage there, while the Ice Shards are going to catch out the Earthshaker and the Ember Spirit. And Ember Spirit does have that Mithril Hammer, might be building into a BKB, and a nice Doom on the Huskar here. That's going to be a nice counter to him. Wind Ranger just kind of hanging out here, not sure what's going on there. Ice Shard's going to catch her, and Tusk's going to get a kill with the Polar Punch. And Doom is hanging around here 1v5, not quite sure what's going on. I think he maybe got a little bit of tunnel vision there with the Huskar, so yeah, that's 3 dead from the Radiant. And the Ember Spirit is going to be able to use the Fire Remnants to get away. So yeah, definitely not a very good engagement for the Radiant. That Oh, Ishard's just gonna miss. But yeah, I think they gave away any sort of lead they had with that kind of bad team fight there. I think once they saw the team fight going south, once they had lost one or two, you kind of know when you need to retreat and back up. But they may have been able to turn around. I'm not sure.
World is safer now.
But in the mid lane, we do have Ursa getting the kill on the Huskar, so that is a nice little pickup there. And we do have Wind Ranger heading back into the off lane. She does have a pretty cool Wind Ranger set. I do like that. I like that hood, the Sparrowhawk hood. That's pretty cool. Ember Spirit is going to find this double damage rune. And we do see PA completing her Battle Fury. So that'll be a nice way to farm up for her. And in the bottom lane, we do have Doom leading the way here with Ursa. And looks like they're going to be able to defend this tower. While we do have Earthshaker hanging out behind the trees here to get a nice Fisher off. And I really hope we see a nice Echo Slam ultimate. So let's see what we're able to do here. It looks like the Radiant are just trying to bait out the Dire. And we do have a Fisher not really able to do too much here, but this is going to static Remnant in, and Shadow Shaman goes down remarkably quick. Good Doom going to be used on the Phantom Assassin, and she will go down real quickly thanks to that blur. And so that's 2 down, and we do have Treant Protector. He will go down as well. And Tusk, I think, as long as he doesn't turn around, he should be able to get out of there safely. So that is exactly what the Radiant needed to do. They did need a nice team fight there, so that should benefit them quite a bit. And I think Ursa's going to go ahead and head right on into the Roche pit, which is great. So that was a bad team fight for the Dire. They gave up Roshan, and they also lost 3 in the process. So yeah, this thing has been all over the place. Look how many times this has crossed the center line. 3 times. So the gold has just been swinging around like crazy. And they are able to take another tower off of this. The Radiant are. So both teams have mostly a similar tower situation. The Dire are up 1 tower on the Radiant, but that's not a huge deal, especially in the off lane.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
So Ursa is building into that Skull Basher, which will be real nice, help prevent him from getting kited around a little bit. And it does look like Ember Spirit is going to build into the Desolator, which I think is a pretty good pickup as well. Especially against buildings and stuff, you know, helps with the armor, take down the armor of the of different buildings and stuff, helps them siege a little bit quicker. PA does have that Hyperstone, which a casual Hyperstone isn't always recommended, but I actually think it's a pretty good pickup on Phantom Assassin because of the coup de grace proc. Definitely help speed up your attacks to get a proc from that. She's critting for quite a bit. 626 at 29 minutes in. That's pretty good. And the Dire are pinging out quite a bit in the jungle. Not sure what's going on or what they're thinking. And the Radiant do have the superior vision here. They do have the Roshan ward and then a ward in their own jungle to help make sure nobody's sneaking out, trying to take them down. The Dire do have the 2 wards up here, one in the jungle and one in the Roche pit, you know, to protect against Ursa going in for Roshan solo. But I think basically anytime they lose a team fight now, he's going to be able to go in for a fight. And I do really like this ward right here for the Dire. Really helps. Actually, for any team, I like it quite a bit because it really helps that if you're having a fight anywhere in here, to make sure nobody's up there trying to gank you, or especially for Earthshaker. I think that's basically a Earthshaker counter ward, essentially. So both teams just kind of hanging out in the mid lane here, which Ursa and Doom are able to keep... Oh, here we go. PA being caught out in the jungle here. Searing Chain's going to go down, and that is definitely going to be a death for Phantom Assassin. And the Dire do retreat off of this, which Phantom Assassin was getting a little greedy here, trying to farm up the Radiant jungle when her team was clear behind her, and about four Radiant folk hanging out in their own jungle. Ice Shard's gonna go down, gonna catch out Ember Spirit, but not really gonna be able to do too much off of it. Treant Protector is using the Nature's Guise here. Searing Chain's gonna catch 2 heroes. Nice Ward Trap going down, and that is a dead Ember Spirit. Echo Slam not gonna be able to do too much there, but a nice Fissure gonna catch out 2 heroes. Treant Protector going down. Shackle Shot not gonna latch against the Shadow Shaman, but he is just standing around, and I'm not sure why. And one last Power Shot will finish off the Wind Ranger while the Shadow Shaman and Tusk take down the Wind Ranger. So all in all, it was a 2-for-2 exchange. Though I think that somewhat favors the Dire because
Radiant's top tower
that was a core Ember Spirit kill. So that stinks a little bit, but not the end of the world entirely.
Towers in bad shape.
So Ursa does have the Skull Basher. Not sure if he's going to be going for a Desolator or for BKB. Ursa just recently had the Desolator enabled for him because the Fury Swipes is no longer a unique attack modifier, which is kind of a big deal. It really opens up the itemization for him quite a bit. And PA checking for Roshan, gonna see he's not there. Is Tusk also going for a Battle Fury? Interesting. I kind of have to question that. Not sure if that's necessarily a great pickup. Tusk is more of a initiator / utility hero, though he does bring a decent amount of damage. You're just not going to do a ton of right-click damage on Tusk, so I think that's a bit of a misplay. I think I'd rather see him get maybe an Urn of Shadows potentially, though just a little late in the game, or heck, even just a BKB. You know, to help with the Fissures and the Wind Ranger Shackle Shots. Not sure what Ember Spirit's circling up there, but Shadow Shaman is gonna, and we do have Dire Forces wrapping around here. So Ice Shard's not gonna catch out anybody, but Earthshaker will go down. And yeah, that's 2 dead on the Dire side. That's 3 dead on the Dire side, and this Ursa is just going crazy. So they do doom up the Phantom Assassin, not gonna be able to get away there, and that is gonna be a full 5-man team wipe in favor of the Radiant. So that is pretty impressive. And I really think I do this sometimes as well. Like, I try and wrap around thinking I'm gonna be able to get the jump on them, but you just immediately get taken down. So sometimes that works. You're able to catch people out of position and really catch them off guard, but I think in this case it really just did not pay off. Okay, so Ursa is going to go for the BKB, which I think is a great pickup, given that Huskar is on the other side, and all the hexing from Shadow Shaman and all that stuff will really help out quite a bit. So I think that's an excellent pickup. Searing Chain's going to go down on Huskar, and I think Huskar is going to die just as quickly as he came back to life, but he does pop the Inner Vitality and the ultimate there. And I think this Searing, this burning damage will kill Ember Spirit, which is ironic because he is fire. You'd think if he's fire shouldn't hurt him, but, you know, that's okay. Tusk taking down Wind Ranger again. And this Wind Ranger's having a bit of a rough game. 2-7-6. But does have 6 assists, so that is good for her. They are going to check and see if Roshan is up, and he is not. But I think Dale Rathman might be a bit of a newer player, or maybe just hasn't played Wind Ranger that much. So I'm happy to see he's getting some of those kills and assists in there, because that's, you know, that helps makes things quite a bit more fun. Also has that mechanism mode to help out the team quite a bit, so even as a newer player, if you're able to pick up mech and, you know, some more support items, or heck, even if you're just buying wards, you can have a huge impact on the game. So good for Wind Ranger. Doing what you can. And I don't really think that this Hand of Midas pickup has really been helping out the Doom all that much, because he is currently 4th on the net worth chart. Is almost beating PA in net worth, though, but I don't think it's had quite the desired effect. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe in another 10 to 15 minutes it might pay off. So we'll see where he's at in net worth in a little bit, see how that goes. And as I said earlier, Tusk did complete the Battle Fury. Though Tusk is right-clicking for about 200 damage, so I don't know. Maybe that is a decent pickup. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll see how that pays off. Ursa did kill the Huskar. Did miss that kill. Not sure if Huskar was going for a rune or was just hanging out on his own, but he did go down regardless.
Radiant's top tower's hurting. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Radiant gonna wrap around to the bottom lane. Dire calling out to pinging to defend the tower, but not quite sure what's gonna go on here. I think we do. All right, we do have the Wind Ranger focus firing on the tower here, as we do have a dagger going down to poke around.
Right now.
And the Dire do activate the glyph at the last second, but I think this Wind Ranger's gonna go ahead and take it down, no problem. Sleight of Fist clearing out the creep wave. Oh, and a nice overgrowth from the Treant Protector. Going to catch out 3 of them. Ice Shard's going to go down immediately on the Ursa as he does activate the BKB. Polar Punch doing a little bit of damage as we do see... who's cleaned up there by the Ember Spirit? The Shadow Shaman. And that's another 5-man team wipe as Huskar does go down. He dives in 4v1 against the Radiant. Not necessarily the smartest idea there. So yeah, let's take a look at the gold chart here. Definitely favoring the Radiant, and XP chart definitely favoring the Radiant. So I think this game is pretty much the Radiant's to lose, as long as they don't screw it up and feed the next four team fights. I think they're going to win. And I would think that if... I'm not calling out Ursa here. If you go for a Desolator, I don't think I've seen Ursa go for a Desolator, but I would think that the Ursa Desolator combo would be really good for like push or building siege teamfight compositions. So if you have those push drafts, I think the Desolator would be quite interesting. And I think we are going to go ahead and see another Roshan kill. And what the heck happened to Doom? What was he doing up there on his own? What the crap? Look out for that. So this is going to be another Roshan kill. This one will drop Aegis and Cheese.
The Radiant put all both down quick and clean.
I swear I saw somebody with a Hand of Midas. I must have just seen a... Or excuse me, I must have seen a... just a creep kill, thinking it was a Hand of Midas conversion. But yeah, Ursa's level 23. The next highest on the Dire is Phantom Assassin at 17, Huskar at level 17, so I would expect GG to be coming out anytime here. In the Dire, they are able to get a decent amount of wards up, one by the secret shop here, which is kind of nice. There is, this whole lane right here is somewhat heavily trafficked. Not too bad. PA does farm up the Ancients, and we do have a that Dire ward that I was talking about earlier up here. But we do need to get some of the Radiant forces down here to go ahead and clear up this creep wave. This tower, I think, has been mostly just been damaged by creep waves. So Ursa's going to go ahead and say, hey man, no problem. Huskar diving in 3v1 here under a tower. Not sure what that was all about, but definitely a bit of a misplay from Huskar. And Earthshaker getting the kill on that one with the Echo Slam. With all those creeps around, it is going to do quite a bit of damage. Doom does have the Pack Leader's Aura, which gives an extra 30% damage. That is incredible, and a 900 AoE, so that is really nice. Plus also a 20% chance to crit with the critical strike creep as well. Which that is not an aura, but just that 30% extra damage, that is really nice. And we do see Ursa going for the Daedalus, which is a great pickup, given that, you know, he doesn't necessarily need the attack speed, he's just got the Fury Swipe, so that is a nice pickup for him. Tusk is sitting on drums. Treant Protector does have the Mech and Arcane Boots. Shadow Shaman has the Yule Scepter, one of my favorite items, as everyone knows. And we do have PA sitting on a Battle Fury and an Eagle Song, going to be picking up a Butterfly soon. Not entirely sure if it's going to matter too much. The game might be over before then, as we do see Tusk take down, or we do see Ursa take down the Tusk and also get a double kill on the Shadow Shaman. So these towers are going down quick, and I think PA is just taking the, just going to keep trying to farm up and get some recovery farm route in, which, yeah, as much as she keeps farming, all these kills are not gonna, you know, the farming is not gonna catch up to all these kills that everyone's getting up here. So gonna go ahead and use the Overgrowth, not gonna be able to do too much, as a Sleight of Fist does take down the Treant Protector. So I think this game is just all but over. And we do only have the middle lane of racks and tier 4 towers remaining. And I think this is going to be a last push here. As Huskar, he is going to go in on the Wind Ranger here, and this might be a Wind Ranger kill. She does Wind Run away. And yeah, that's going to be an Echo Slam and a Fisher. That's going to take down Huskar. Poor guy. He thought he was going to get a free Wind Ranger kill, and this is also going to be a Shadow Shaman death as he gets blown up. And Huskar says was worth a shot. GG, well played. So that's going to be the end of that one. I know on the Dire side this can feel like a bit of a stomp, but I think they actually were doing really well up until they just gave away a couple of team fights, or not even a couple of ones. They just came out not as favorable on a couple team fights.
Thank you.
And yeah, the Radiant were really able to capitalize off those and kind of snowball off those team fights. So yeah, that's going to be the end of game 1, and we're going to see who's up for another game, and we'll have another one after that.